Boom! What's up, you guys? So, if you like the Christ-centered content we are running with, I want to invite you to join our Man of Peace Discipleship group. We do things a little bit differently. We do life together. We have like an ongoing video chat group where I try to get in there every single day, give y'all what the Lord gives me. Freely I receive, so freely I give. And it's really just a group of godly men trying to get downrange together. The links are in my bio. Hop on my Patreon and join us there. It is a Patreon membership at the discipleship level because it's not for the casual. I don't want freaking kicketers in our group just hanging out, just like, no, this is for people that are serious about masculine development, spiritual masculine development, evolving from just being a mere man into being a son of God. Walking in the authority. Yo, what's up, my man Remnant? Hey, I love your stuff, love your tools. It's always an honor. Anyways, yo, I saw a collab the other day. I'm accepted today. Anyways, we as men, we focus a lot on physical development. But what we've learned, which you've already learned if you've been in the game at all, is that physical development doesn't solve all your problems. In fact, it's a quite crude tool to try to use to solve many of the problems of life, right? Wise men wonder while strong men like me die, right? And physical labor profit a little bit, but godliness is profitable in all ways. So what we've learned, if you've been a man for any period of time, is that physical strength is useful and good, but it only will take you so far, right? Better men than all of us are not going to make it through today because they're going to shoot themselves in the face, right? As a result of what I'm talking about and dispensing here in the next bit, and I believe it's something that I've actually spent quite almost like a lifetime studying. 200 or 300 self-help books, close to 300 self-help books at this point, masters in psychology, wrote a book called Finding Meaning After the Military, all kind of devoted to solving this equation. And by the grace of God, now I'm at a place in life and development where I can lead this group by the grace of God, in really the ultimate way of being all we were created to be as men, which isn't my way. It's, the way of Jesus Christ, honestly, but the true way of him. I think that if he showed up right now, he would probably be not recognized and kicked out of many of the churches of the world, to be completely honest with you, because they would be much more focused on their production and their parking spots and their seemingly perfect lives and their fog machines and their lights, rather than focused on just loving people and just being Christ to people. They'd be more focused on quoting Bible verses to people than actually just living with people and demonstrating the beauty in the strength of the love of Christ. When you start to understand these things, you will operate at a supernatural level, at a level above the natural, right? And so physical labor, protocol 2, profits a man very little. Many men get sucked into thinking that being physically formidable is so important in life, and it is very important in life. Obviously, I value it. I've spent countless hours cultivating it, but what I'm here to tell you is that you'll find, if you play this game at all for a sustained amount of time, it does not solve all of your problems. And then you get into the second realm. This is the difference between strength and power, right? Strength comes from, if I'm at that 7-Eleven, that 7-Eleven's actually probably pretty safe because my strength, right? More formidable than most humans, right? So then we start getting into power, and the first level of how you're acquiring power has to do with the reality that your strength is local to where you are, but your power has much more to do with influence and the realms you can influence. And So when I was young, I tell this story all the time on my podcast and everything. I realized the difference between strength and power while having lunch at the seat of the Eiffel Tower with a bunch of special forces guys, and I realized that we were all in the strength realm. But if one of us dies while we're on this mission, that will be replaced within 24 hours. And who really cares, right? So who has the power? The client that's in the bedroom that's like 160 pounds, who's at the Ritz-Carlton Paris right now, who's hiring all of us. So the transition for a man to go from strength to power is one of going from the physical into the intellectual, and that's level 1 in power. And you start to cultivate your inner world. There's a lot to this. I'm just telling you what. I'm not telling you the why or the when or the how. You start to cultivate your intellectual world so that you can bring to bear an understanding of your environment, and you can start to master the components of your environment that are not necessarily seen but are much more powerful. And you can develop something like a business. You can organize manpower behind a vision, and you can start to become powerful. But both of these two realms of development will lead you to death, will kill you. You don't believe me, okay? Take a look at many celebrities, which I've had the luxury of serving and sitting in their private jets and watching their lives from inside. Take a look at many strong men who may have power, but their actual lives and their children and their wives and their internal world is utter chaos, and they OD and they shoot themselves in the face, or they lose everything, and you hear them say the classic lament of the masculine dilemma, which is, man, like, I really wish my kids wanted to have a relationship with me, or I didn't lose the love of my life, right? But what do I know? Just, hey, success leaves clues unless you're clueless. So then we start to look at the third realm of development, which is spiritual development, and this is where everybody loses it, because spiritual development has been misrepresented and weaponized so much that men honestly just don't have any taste for it. We can't stand the soft flower dudes we come in contact with, at least men that are my brand of men, warriors, right? And we don't realize the ultimate importance of spiritual development and the infinite power that we were designed to harness and wield from the God of the universe as sons of God. And so most men run around here underdeveloped like children. If you don't know you will never know who you are until you know whose you are, right? You'll never understand the purpose of the apple seed until you either see it in action, or if you understand the mind of the Creator. So when you don't know who your father gives you identity. That's why you took his last name. When you don't know your father, it's very difficult to have and understand your true identity. You walk into a doctor's office, they're like, what runs in your family, in your blood? Is there diabetes in there? Is there betas in there? Is there heart attacks, multiple sclerosis? What is it that runs in your blood? There's an identity there, right? That must be tapped into and unlocked for them to be effective in even what they're trying to do for you. And so when you, as a spiritual being, you're a 3-part being: spirit, soul, body. Your body is what's required for you to operate in this realm. That's why there are a lot of spirits fighting over it. Your body is given dominion here, right? Your body gives you earth consciousness. Your soul is your mind, will, emotions, intellect, your desires, your affections, your heart, right? Guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flow the issues of life. A lot of guys don't realize this. And so we live a life where we don't understand the chastity around our hearts, and therefore our hearts get wounded. And these wounds create openings and strongholds and unseen, essentially, roofs to how high you can rise as a man, as a mere mortal man, right? And the Spirit of God, which you're designed to actually walk in alignment with and harness and be submitted to, so that you can be effective in the supernatural task you were actually minted for from the kingdom of heaven before even being sent here. The Bible says that God knew you before the foundation of the world. You will never unlock and find your value without understanding that mission and what God's created you to do. So many of us are stuck as slaves to the world system. The world is a system. It is not necessarily a place. The earth is a place. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. So we're right now we're in this phase where everyone's trying to be organic. I want to eat more organic, and like it's so good to eat organic. Like, yeah, because you're understanding that a loving God created a perfect planet with miracle upon miracle upon miracle upon synergistic of trillions of miracles, so we can breathe oxygen and exist in this space. And as human beings evolve, science is the unconscious endeavor to understand the mind of God. So as science evolves, we're like, oh wow, it looks like everything pretty much we create as humans is low tech and actually bad for us because we're so underdeveloped as a species. And it actually, most things that man creates are killing you a little bit. And that's because of the spiritual root system behind these things. The spiritual root system behind everything that's created for you out of a box or a plastic thing or in the world generally is the spirit of mammon, the love of money, the god of money. And so the earth is perfect and has everything you need. Just like get some chickens, bro, and dig a well, homie. Yeah, I'm saying, but the world system is why your food's killing you a little bit, because that food was designed to be fiscally responsible and profitable, not designed for you to live. And that world system is ruled by the prince of the power of the air, which is Satan. So that's why pop culture is killing you. Your doctor is killing you a little bit. Your food's killing you a little bit. So you're in this war that is actually a spiritual war, and you don't realize it. The things that are coming against you and your family are spiritual in nature, and you don't even know. You're not even aware of the fight. You're going to start seeing this because I'm tuning your reticular activation system inside your brain right now and raising your level of awareness. So even if you doubt me, the things are going to pop up in your world. You're going to be like, so check it out. These are the types of things that we teach you to have dominion over. When you're walking as a son of God, the God that created this perfect world and this perfect body that you're able to enjoy, unless you pour too much of the world system's perfect planet, unless you pour too much of the world system stuff inside it and you start to defect it because it's literally designed to do that to you. But anyways, has a seat for you, a rank for you, and power for you to have dominion and execute on a supernatural mission during your time here. And most of us are in the gym, if we're lucky. Most of y'all ain't even in the gym. Many of us are in the gym trying to gain strength to do life, but we're only at like level 1 physical development. If you're a gangster, you're getting to level 2 intellectual development, the soul realm. But you're not playing the game above the game, which is the spirit realm of development and power and strength and purpose and identity, because you can fight from victory. You already have dominion over the things that are attacking you. But if you don't know that, they will raid you, homie. They will work your face for your whole life. And that's why men better than me and stronger than me literally won't make it through the end of the day. They're going to shoot themselves in the face. In my community of veterans alone, 22 of them are going to not make, arguably, are going to not even make it through the next 24 hours. It's like 2 an hour. So we're in this battle. So, yo, what's up, Ryan? Love you, bro. So, that's what we do in our Man of Peace discipleship. That's what we teach you to have dominion over. Physical development is good, but it's not going to help you win at this game. It's not going to help you have the family you want. It's not going to help you execute on the business that you were designed to execute on. It's not going to help you do those things. And so that's what the men's group's all about. So, if that's interesting to you, we literally work on these things every single day over video conference consistently. You'll learn about Protocol 1, which is physical development. Protocol 2, Protocol 1, spiritual development. Protocol 2, physical development. Protocol 3, soul realm development. Protocol 4, your mission, getting on mission. And that's when your whole life changes. That's when you break away from the slave trade. That's when you start executing on things that the Bible says are exceedingly abundantly above all you could ever ask or think. Things that you literally never thought that you could ever achieve. That's how I live my life. I wake up every single morning in that. And that's what I help dudes unlock and achieve by the grace of God with the discipleship. So, Man of Peace Discipleship, wanted to put that out there. Join me on Patreon, discipleship level. We'll get you locked into the WhatsApp group. We'll get you locked into the Marco Polo group. And we do life together. And It's good, man. Dudes are getting prayer. Dudes are getting free from things. Dudes are getting dominion over things. And it's above the natural. All right, I gotta go fight this day. We got some awesome things planned. There's some amazing things coming. More than I could have ever planned, more than any movie or story I could have written myself is what I'm living, but what I want to teach you guys how to also live. This isn't like some life coaching freaking thing. This is actually the game above the game, that you're already in spiritual warfare. You are literally already in warfare right now. You just don't know it, and so you're not fighting it. And so it's draining your potential over the course of your life, because that's what it's designed to do. Love you guys. See you in a bit. Bye.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God.